Hey guys, how are you? Good? Okay, so this talk's maybe a little bit, I would probably say less professional than you're going to hear today. So, do apologise for some people wanting it a bit more professional, but that's how I roll. So today I'm going to be talking about how to grow a successful PT business. And this is just basically the steps that I've done myself to go from where I started to where I am now. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit on that throughout this seminar. So a little bit about me, if you don't already know. I'm a personal trainer and a body transformation coach. Specifically tell everyone I'm a body transformation coach rather than a personal trainer. And my sort of tagline for that is a personal trainer will care about that 1 hour that they're with their client. Me as a body transformation coach, I care more about the other 23. You can take that if you want and use it with yourselves. I'm also a physique competitor. I'm a British natural bodybuilding champion and European muscle model champion as well. So lots of experience getting ready for stage and getting clients ready for stage as well. I run 3 online PT businesses and a private PT studio, which will be transitioning into a full member gym in 2016, which we start to build in the next couple of weeks. And these are some of my brands if you've not seen them before. Transform Online, I do a lot of online coaching with that, guys and girls. Grenade is grenadej.com, which is my subscription site, which we'll be filming for today. And also bikiniqueens.co.uk, which is another subscription site dedicated to ladies that lift and also coaching bikini and physique competitors for the stage. So I want to tell you a little story today, and it's all about where I came from, how I got into this, and how I got to where I am today. And it all started in 2012 when I decided to open my new PT business. So I'd just been made redundant. I had a very good job working as security advisor for the UN in Kenya and Somalia. Was told that my services were no longer required, and that was it. I was getting a plane home, wondering what on earth I'm going to do with myself. And, you know, the problems that I had before was that I thought it'd be stupid to follow your passion because you'll end up resenting it and you'll hate doing that job. I don't know why on earth I thought that, when in actual fact, if you follow your passion and when you enjoy your work, it doesn't actually feel like work. So I'd just been made redundant and I decided, right, okay, I'm going to start doing this PT malarkey. Love going to the gym, I love training, I'd already won a British bodybuilding title, so I thought, yeah, let's go for it. So yeah, I decided to go fully into personal training in 2012, did my 6-week course, which, to be honest, as most of you personal trainers know, is just an attendance course, and got straight into personal training. Got qualified, bought gym equipment and rented a studio. Boom, check that out. So I thought I was ready to go. Got my PT studio, got my business all sorted, as everyone does. Very nice little steam room there and lots of promotional material. So created a website too, as with everything that you need to do, creating a website. Had hundreds of flyers made up. I was spending days and days and days walking around different places around towns, putting flyers in letterboxes, new private training studio, etc., etc. And I started to promote the studio, doing little social media posts about this new studio opening, etc., etc. And I had an open day as well. So after all this hard work, you know, been made redundant, made this awesome studio, started promoting it, putting leaflets out there, and finally, open day attendance. Can anyone guess how many people turned up? 4. My mum and dad, one of my mates, and 1 client. So as you can imagine, I was a bit like, hang on a minute, what's happening here? I've got this awesome private studio that people can come and train at, you know, it's all singing, all dancing, etc., etc. You know, what went wrong? And how did I make it right? So the first mistake that I made was I was trying to advertise the business instead of myself. I was trying to show people that there's this all singing, all dancing, little private studio that you can come and train at. But from a consumer's perspective, I know they were probably thinking, well, I can go to a gym. I can go to a gym and probably pay a lot less money than that. And that's it. That was the mindset that a lot of consumers had, because I was trying to advertise the business as FitWorks, which it was, rather than as Jamie Alderton, who trains at Fitworks. So that was one of my biggest errors. One thing that I did do right, however, was I worked hard with the clients that I had to make sure that they were happy. I had a small number of clients, and I wasn't really focused on trying to get more clients. I was focusing on the quality of getting results with those clients. And stupidly, I just launched my studio, obviously grinding to get popularity of it. I decided, because I've got a normal job now, not flying backwards and forwards from Kenya and Somalia, I'll jump back on stage. Why not? You know, I'm trying to build up a new business. I might as well get ready and jump back on stage. So I decided to compete at a show. I opened the gym in July, I think, end of July 2012, and my show was in November. So I started to compete at that whilst building up the business. And did pretty well. So I won the WBFF European Muscle Model Championship, flew over to Reykjavik in Iceland and won that show, which I was really, really chuffed about. After all the hard work of the gym, getting ready for a show, all the hard work did pay off. Got a great result from the show, and I just went back to working with clients. Didn't do anything differently in my studio, just focused on working with clients. Obviously January 2013 approached and boom. What I mean by boom was clients went through the roof. More and more people wanted to work with me, both in person and online. Now, a lot of people could say that that could have been, oh, it's just the January rush, but I'm telling you now, it's probably 20 to 30 inquiries a day that I was getting in January. It was mental, absolutely mental. I remember at one stage I worked 6 weeks straight doing 18 to 20 hour days just to catch up with the work that I had. It was crazy. And one thing that I did ask myself was it because I won my show? You know, was it because I won my show that people wanted to work with me? Obviously, it's a good advertisement for your business. The fact that you're jumping on stage or winning titles, it does attract more clients. But when I spoke to these clients, what they said is that they were inspired by my work ethic and dedication to my competition, which made them want to work with me. One thing that I was doing during my comp prep, with my Facebook, with my Twitter, I was letting people know about my competition, showing people my meals, showing people my routines, etc., etc. And people were generally interested in what I was doing, which built a bigger audience, which attracted more people to me, not my business, to me. Which, one of the biggest things that I realise is that people don't buy products, people buy people. And I see this mistake all the time with personal trainers, with businesses, with people trying to build up their business. They're trying to sell the business instead of themselves. So your business is a service that helps people achieve their goals. Just as important as advertising your services is showing that your services work. It doesn't matter if you've got an all singing, all dancing gym that has this latest equipment. Yeah, it might attract a few people, but what people want to see is people that are using that equipment are getting results. Two key elements for me and for everyone else for your PT business is social media and, of course, word of mouth. Word of mouth is such a powerful tool with your PT business. I'm just going to go in now where personally I find most PTs get social media wrong when trying to build their business. So I run quite a successful social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. A lot of it's a little bit different to a lot of people, and the reason being is I don't really promote my services, my businesses on that. I just promote me, what I do day to day. I put pictures of my daughter up and just my normal everyday life. And I see it all the time on Facebook, PTs. Oh, I've got 5 spaces left for this circuit. Great, you know, it's all very well advertising your businesses, but for me, it's the wrong mentality to have. You want to be showing your services, showing people enjoying those services, and then people will want to contact you. And obviously, word of mouth is important as well. So, as I said, show people on social media you are a real person that is approachable and, most importantly, normal. Now, if everyone's been to the Body Power Expo here in May, you'll see that there's not a lot of normal people in the fitness industry. And I think this is where a lot of people get PT wrong, is that a lot of PTs assume that their clients are going to be like them, going to the gym, living out of Tupperware, etc., etc. You've got to look at the client that you're trying to appeal to, and that might not appeal to your client. Do you think that appeals to the general public? Do you think if you log on to social media that you see every day that I live like that, do you think that's going to appeal to people? Do you think people want to give you your money so they can eat out of Tupperware? Maybe. Maybe not. Do you think that appeals to a lot of your clients, jumping on stage in a tight pair of pants, doing some bodybuilding poses? It might do. It might not. That's what you've got to think about. You've got to think about what your client wants, not necessarily what you want to do. As I said, look at the kind of clients that you are trying to attract. That is the most important thing that a lot of people get wrong. When they're trying to promote their PT business, when they're trying to grow their PT business, they're trying to attract as many clients as possible. Which, yes, you do, but you might not want to get a certain kind of people. That might not be your niche. The overweight clients, the competitive bodybuilders. You've got to think about the market that you're trying to attract and market yourself with that client. Your lifestyle might not necessarily be the way your clients want to live their life. You might want to live out of Tupperware, you might want to train at 5 o'clock in the morning, you might want to hit 2 sessions a day, your client might not. And that's what you've got to think about, not only with your business, but with social media and the way that you portray yourself online too. And one thing I see on social media, which a lot of people will notice, remember this, social media is just one big highlight reel, not exactly what real life is. And this is the biggest problem that I have with social media, especially Facebook. You feel a bit down, you feel a bit depressed, feel a bit overweight. You go online, you look at so-and-so fitness model, he's all ripped, you know, he's all ripped and shredded and feeling good, he's eating out of Tupperware, and you just feel awful. You want to see that these people are normal and real, because they are normal and real. I'll tell you now, they've just got as many problems as you have. And when I go onto social media, most people who are not whinging and complaining about how crap their life is, which is another problem with social media, but you only get to see the highlight of people's lives. Oh yeah, all singing, all dancing, all happy. And it's not real. You show more people you're real, you'll attract more people because they can relate to you. And if your client can relate to you more, you will get more clients, and I'll tell you that now. Be real, be honest, and show people as much as you can. The more normal and honest you are, the more you will attract the people and the clients that you want to work with. If you pretend to be this person that you're not, you will more than likely attract the clients and customers that you don't want to work with. However, if you're open and you're honest and you're showing people who you are and what you do, the chances are you're going to attract those kinds of clients that you want to work with. Okay, so social media. This all sounds great, doesn't it? This will, however, not work if you fail to do the most important thing for your business. And this is the most important thing in the world to me for my business as a PT. Get results. And I can't say that enough. In fact, I can say that 6 times. Get results. Get results. Get results. Get results. Get results. And finally, get results. All of them are less than 12 weeks, might I just add. Results are what are going to turn you from an average business into a booming one. So many PTs don't focus on transforming clients, and I see it's madness. I speak to a lot of PTs, I look on their price list, etc., and they're offering 1-hour PT sessions. And I'll tell you now, if you are seeing a client for 1 hour and not caring about what they're doing in the other 23, you are not going to get the best result for that client. And also, you are not giving that client the value in what you can give them. It is so important. Cover all aspects that are required for your client. Nutrition, training, and most importantly to me, to my clients, and to everyone is mindset. People always ask me what the best nutrition plan is, what the best training program is, and the answer to that is the one that you can stick to and the one that you can consistently see yourself doing a year from now. If you hate lifting weights, what's going to happen? You're not going to be consistent with it. If you like going to do Zumba 3 times a week, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be doing Zumba 3 times a week. What you need to be is brutally honest to your client and tell them that their results might not be achievable if, let's just say, they're doing Zumba as opposed to lifting weights. So you need to be honest with your clients and get them into that mindset of consistency. So one important thing that PTs get wrong, and this is what, it's a bit counterintuitive, which I found. Teach your client everything you know so that they eventually learn to not need you. And this is the biggest panic. that PTs have. They worry that their client will suddenly turn around and say to them, oh yeah, thanks, I don't need you anymore. That's a good thing. And I've seen it in a lot of gyms where they're trying to hold on to clients. They're trying not to tell them the secret information that they've got. And I think it's crazy. It's like if you're withholding information and you're not teaching them what you're showing them, they may get a result, but as soon as they leave you, they're not going to keep with it. And this is the problem that you have. You teach your client everything you know. When a client walks into the door, I sit them down and I tell them, over this period of time, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, I'm going to teach you everything that you need to do so you do not need me. Do you know why? Because if you don't need me anymore, then that's it. You've saved your money and I can go and train somebody else. But I will also go on and tell you why that's a good thing for your business. Don't hold information from your client. Teach them the hows and whys with their nutrition, training, and mindset. Soon enough, you want to hope that the client does not need you anymore. The chances are they will still. I mean, I've still got clients that I've had for 2 or 3 years. They know exactly what they're doing. They know their macros, they know their training, but what they do like is the accountability of having someone there. And that's what's important. A lot of people are paying you money as a PT just to be held accountable for their actions. It's a big thing. So if you know that, then teach them everything that you know. The best advertisement for your PT business, as I said, is word of mouth. If you have transformed a client and they know exactly how you did it, they will not only get the transformation, they will keep it. And there's something very powerful about getting from A to B as good as possible, like a lot of those clients I showed you, but it's even more powerful as a business keeping them like that. Because they're going to be walking around for the next year and they're going to have people going, wow, you look great. What have you done? Oh, I've worked with Alderton. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to be knocking on my door. So that one person can turn to 6, can turn to 8, can turn to 10. So you can see why that's a better business model. And as I said, there will be a walking advertisement for your business. So my little technical skills and PowerPoint here. So you got the client here. You get him or her, he or she a transformation. They tell friends when they ask what he or she has been doing, because no doubt they will ask, what have you been doing so differently? If they're suddenly looking different in 12 weeks' time, they will ask what they are doing differently. As opposed to if you're with a client who looks the same and has looked the same or hasn't transformed for a year, do you think their friends are going to come knocking on your door for business? Probably not, because they've seen what their friends wasted a year of their money on. So they tell their friends when they ask what he or she has been doing. And guess what happens? Suddenly you get 6 emails or 6 phone calls wanting to do business with you, wanting to increase your business and grow your business and get more clients. And you can see what happens there. You get a new client, you transform that client, they tell their friends, and so on and so on. And that's how I've developed my business to go from when I started to where it is now in just 3 years. So one thing also that a lot of PTs don't look at is multiple streams of revenue. As you know, there's only so many hours in a day that you can PT. And when I first got into this, when I first opened my studio, I'm a bit of a data head with my Excel spreadsheets. Realistically, I was seeing how much I needed to earn per hour, how many days I had to work per hour to pay the mortgage, to pay the bills, etc., etc. And then it wasn't until 18 months to 2 years ago that I realized that I need multiple streams of revenue, because there's only so many PT sessions you can take in an hour, and I see so many PTs doing 10 to 12 sessions per hour, and I think that's madness. I just think it's crazy how you can give someone after 8-9 hours of your undivided attention the same level of quality from the morning sessions. It's insane. And that's something I've always been a key element in my business. Quality over quantity. You know, at the beginning of this year, I had a waiting list of 148 clients waiting to work for me, work with me. And as I said, I wouldn't take any more on because I wanted a quality of life. I didn't want to be working the 18 hours a day that I worked when I first started. I wanted to be producing quality results for my clients. But it's also a very powerful concept to be oversubscribed in your business, because if you've got people waiting for your services, they'll appreciate it more. If they appreciate it more, they will work harder for you. If they work harder for you, they'll get more results. And the success circle continues. Realise that you need multiple streams of revenue in order to grow in income. It is so important, especially as a PT. You are providing a service which you can give to people via different methods. People learn differently, people have different amounts of time, etc., etc. You need to tap into that as a businessman, businesswoman. So multiple streams of revenue, which I've used before and which I highly recommend doing. So online coaching, it's something that I do. I do a lot of one-to-one coaching. I have 3 coaches that work for me as well that do a lot of one-to-one work as well. Very good because it enables you not to be stuck in a postcode. I work with a lot of people all around the country, in America, in Australia, and in different parts of Europe. So you're able to provide your services to a greater number of people. Hosting seminars and events, other fantastic thing. If you know that there's a market for it, if you know there's a market for PTs, for people who just want some fat loss advice, it can be very beneficial to host a seminar and event. You don't even need to charge for these things. These are fantastic things to do. If you know that you're in a town which could do with your help, put on a seminar. Have 50 seats. Give out free information, because I'll tell you what, if people get value from that free information, they'll most certainly be coming to you for more information. Subscription sites work very well. I have 2 subscription sites, grenadej.com and bikiniqueens.co.uk. A lot of it has a lot of nutrition and training programs on it, but a lot of it is just day in the life things and things that I do every day, waving in front of the camera. And very, very good, because you have that passive income of subscribers, currently at about 1,100 subscribers on both websites, so it's a fantastic revenue stream. But it doesn't work unless you provide value. So many people go, oh, look what Jamie's doing, I'll do a subscription site too. And then they'll put 10 videos up and then wonder why no one keeps subscribing, because they're not putting the content on there. I produce and edit 4 to 5 videos a week for both websites, and that will soon be increasing next year. Books obviously, I think that says ebooks, not ooks. Ebooks very important as well. It's providing value. These don't need to be expensive things. You don't even need to charge for them. What you need to do is provide that value to those people. Give that information out for free, and I guarantee people will value that a lot more. A lot of people are concerned about not letting people know what they're doing, not letting people know what they're about, and holding their information. And I tell you now, the more information you put out there for free, the more you'll get back in income, and I promise you that. There's so many people that I follow, I listen to on podcasts, I read their books, and I still attend their seminars. I still fork out £300-400 to go and hear them. And the reality is they're probably just telling me exactly what they wrote in the book. That doesn't stop me from wanting to go and see and listen to that person. Downloadable training and nutrition programs. A lot of people don't do this. You know, if a lot of people haven't got the time or haven't got the money to want to get tailored plans off you. They can be very expensive. So if you create a more cost-effective, universal system for people to just download something for £10 that can help them, then it's a solution, and you can increase your income on that. And of course, sponsorships and endorsements. Sponsorships and endorsements can be very beneficial with yourself. You know, associating yourself with certain brands can be very beneficial, can also be quite detrimental, as Ronaldo's found out. But yeah, I mean, that's a little bit of a joke. I hope Herbalife aren't here today, actually. Probably are, aren't they, Steve? But you can see there's different revenue streams that you can do as a personal trainer. You're providing a service which changes people's lives. So think outside the box when it comes to how you can provide that to your clients and to the world. So in summary, how to grow a PT business. The more value you bring to your customers and clients, the more successful you will be. Sit down, think about what have you got to offer the world. You've got knowledge, you've got information. You've just got to do it in a way that attracts people. And sometimes it's not the professional way, it's sometimes not the scientific way. Some of the most popular things make you laugh. Some of the most popular things are entertaining. And this is where people remember things, is when they're entertained and when they laugh. Not necessarily death by PowerPoint from learning. And my last thought, one thing that separates successful people in business from anyone else is their passion for what they do, their work ethic, and their ability to know their self-worth, which in turn builds confidence. And it's one thing that I see a lot. You're in an industry which you care about your health, you care about your fitness, you should be very confident people and have an ability to share that with the world, but there's so many people that lack that confidence and self-worth. As soon as you build up that self-worth, you'll improve your confidence. As soon as you improve your confidence, you'll be coming up on stage here, you'll be talking to people like I am now, and because you're passionate and you love your job, it's not work. This is not work for me. I absolutely love coming up here, talking to people and sharing my passion for this industry. So has anybody got any questions on that? Aha.
This is going to be really specific, Jamie, and it's something that I'm hoping that you can help me out with. There was a bit there you said about endorsements and sponsorship. I'm in a position now where someone's actually looking to use me and my services and my knowledge, basically, and I don't really know how to price that in terms of, it's not obviously a personal training session. It's going to be an online program training thing, and it's all going to be sort of like built up. So we're talking about royalties, we're talking about a retainer fee, and then I get paid more if it ends up becoming more successful. How did you, because I know you obviously have sponsorships and endorsements, what direction can you point me in that I could get the best way of approaching this so that I'm not overvaluing myself, but by the same process, not underpricing myself?
So that's a good question. I mean, the thing that a lot of people get wrong with sponsorships, especially in the fitness industry, is that it's very easy to say you're a sponsored athlete, this, that, and the other, and then suddenly, in reality, they're not really a sponsored athlete. They're doing work for free, and they're getting a 20% discount code. What you've got to look at is from a business perspective. You've got to look at what value they're getting and what value you're getting, and that's the most important thing. A lot of companies, I'm sponsored by Grenade. I get just as much out of them as they do me, so it's quite, we get the same amount. But I started getting a sponsorship with musclefoods.com, and originally, I guarantee they get a lot of people approach them every single day asking for sponsorship, and I think most of the people they sponsor now are, Team GB athletes. They've got Ricky Hatton. They've got some high-profile celebrities. Yet I'm sponsored too. And how I went about it is I wanted to show them how valuable I would be as an asset to their company by doing stuff for them for free first, then realising the potential that I had, and then suddenly coming on board. So I don't know the best way to go about that, but what I would say is that don't give everything away. If you value what you have to give them, make sure that they realise that. And it might be the fact of saying, right, over this 6-month period, I want to prove my worth to you. But after that 6-month period, here's my terms and conditions. So some kind of probationary period, so they can realise the value that you can offer, and then come in with, a more long-term offer. That to me would be probably the best idea around it. Hopefully does that make sense? Yeah, cool. Any other questions?
Hi, thank you. Imtiaz Jamil from Striker Academy Soccer Schools. Not direct competition with your kind of business, to be honest, but we offer a one-to-one service for children for football coaching. So I was really interested in the online solution that you provide. Obviously, you're still one-to-one, I presume. Are you live online with those customers? And how are you doing that then, and withholding sort of valuable time in your business really for one-to-one live customers?
Is it sort of a subscription service that you're looking to do, or just, is it an academy, is it? So I think the biggest thing that a lot of companies don't do is showing people what they're about, showing people what they can get from that actual academy. And I think that's what attracts a lot of people. What they say is 90-degree marketing. Rather than selling a product and selling it, showing people what they're doing whilst they're part of the academy. So your focus could be on producing social media content of these young guys in the academy doing what they do. That in turn is not only going to attract other guys who want to be a part of it, but it's going to attract parents because they're going to say, wow, my son or daughter could be doing that too. And it's exactly what I'm saying, showing people your company, showing what you're about, showing what you do. And that's the difference between trying to sell something and trying to show something. People will be more bought into something if they can actually visually see it happening. And I tell you, it's a great marketing strategy that Apple use. If you see how when you when you see a new iPad or iPhone, they don't tell you the price. What they do is they show you someone running down the beach with their iPhone. They show you someone playing about on that iPad. They're showing you a story. They're showing you what it's like to have that product. And that's what a lot of businesses I don't see do. They're trying to sell, oh, buy this for that, but they don't show the actual product in action and working and how your life can be improved by having that on board. So that's what I do from more of a marketing strategy is actually focus on getting some quality video of what the Academy actually does. Start getting that out on social media. Not a direct sale, but you'll definitely gather interest from a lot of people, and I guarantee that will gather a lot more sales as well. Any other questions at all?
How long did it take you to build up your social media following, and do you think that had a direct link to your success?
So yeah, I think it did have quite a direct link to my success. When I got made redundant, I had about 8,000 followers on Facebook. I didn't really have a Twitter account or an Instagram account then. And it got to a stage where, when I did get made redundant, I sat down with a pen and paper and looked at the things I was good at. And I was like, what am I good at doing? And so I got a little bit of a social media following, and I enjoy training people and I enjoy training myself. So I utilised that tool, and it grew very quickly. I mean, I started really with my Facebook page in 2011, which in techno language is about 50 years. But yeah, it does have a huge impact. And it's a lot harder now to grow pages than it was 3 or 4 years ago, because obviously a lot of the algorithms have changed in Facebook, because you've got to boost posts now, etc., etc. But you can learn quite quickly how to use those different things that Facebook does. I'll tell you a great little tip on Facebook. If you put any external links on Facebook to a page outside of Facebook, you will get half the amount of people see it. If you post no links at all, but just post up a photo, etc., etc., you'll get more people see it, because you're not taking the information or the advertisement away from Facebook. So it can be a good market for personal trainers to realise that, rather than putting your links to your websites or stuff like that. Just put your normal pictures up, just put normal videos up, and don't put any links in. Chances are, if people want your product and enjoy your videos and service, they'll contact you via email or via message, and they'll find a way. It's very easy to find someone's email address or message them on Facebook these days. But yeah, I definitely think social media is one of the key components of my business, especially Facebook in the beginning. That was one of my biggest advertisers for my business. And that's where my sort of mindset changed with a lot of things, rather than advertising, just showing people what I do. Because I'm showing people, I'm not advertising anything, but I am in turn showing people what I'm about, showing my story, and obviously growing my business more. Any other questions at all? We're all good? I just want to say a huge thank you, everyone. I do enjoy doing these talks. I know I do go off on a tangent on them. But where you can find me, lots of different places, facebook.com, and they're all /GrenadeJ. So Instagram, YouTube is Mr. J's Fitness, but if you just type in Jamie Alderton, you can find all my stuff on there. And of course, twitter.com, GrenadeJ. Also Periscope. If you just go on a Periscope and type GrenadeJ and you want to listen to me ranting and raving at 5 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning full of vodka, then you'll find me on there. So thanks very much, ladies and gents.